What's going on, guys? Kyle from Ocean State Merchants back with you guys again. Happy New Year's, first of all, to everyone. I know that New Year's just happened. Hopefully everyone had a good New Year's. Today is January 2nd when I'm recording this. Spent some time with my family yesterday, which was great. And then the kids were home for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And they are back at school, luckily, for Friday. So it gave my wife and I the ability to go out. And we did some thrifting. We went to the Goodwill bins. We have Goodwill bins near us now. We also went to a Salvation Army bins. We had been there once before. And I'm going to show you guys the stuff we got there. So had a pretty good little haul there. Spent $71.70. So got some spending done right in the beginning of the year, and pretty excited about the first trip we had. And I'll kind of talk a little bit about that when I'm going through this stuff. I'm going to show you guys everything we picked up. But being a new year, obviously everyone comes up with their New Year's resolution, New Year's goals. Last year, I kind of got my business put together. Obviously, I was a new business. I switched over the year before in April, and I didn't really have quite a business going. So I got all my documentation together, created the business LLC, got 2 different business accounts. So everything got split up, kind of operating the way I want. Now it's really just putting some fuel on the fire here and getting this business up and running. I'm going to make a goal of getting to $120,000 in profit this year. I don't know how realistic that's going to be. That's my stretch goal. That's what kind of like would be fantastic. That's kind of what I left when I left my job. So I used to be a full-time bank manager, did eBay as a side hustle, made about $90,000 to $100,000 a year as a bank manager. And I made about $30,000 on average a year on my eBay reselling. So altogether, probably in like that 120, maybe 130 in good years, maybe 110 in bad years range is where I was making. So trying to get back up to that level. There's gonna be 2 different aspects to this. The first is my eBay business. That is now my bank business. So instead of being a bank manager, I am now a full-time eBay reseller. So that needs to be the primary of my money. Secondary is going to be reselling cards. I like to buy and sell sports cards. I always have my whole life. I'm not going to really show anything or do anything on this channel other than tell you guys my weekly sales on those, because that is becoming my side hustle. So the goal is to make about $30,000. I did about $20,000 in cards last year. I would like to be in that $30,000 mark and have some fun with it. As I said, it's my hobby, but turning it a little bit more into a business and make a little bit of money from that. But the primary needs to be funded from this. So I'm going to be very transparent, kind of show you guys everything I'm doing, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and kind of go through that stuff. Obviously, you need to get better at filming stuff, and that will come with time. First thing that does not come to mind when things are happening is to pick up a camera and film it. So hopefully that'll get a little bit better. But starting off this year, so we spent $71.70 on day 2. So we went into the negative. But right when I got home from the bins, I actually worked out a Facebook deal. And I sold this TV. Hopefully you can see it up here. But sold a 70-inch Samsung TV, or Vizio TV, I think it was, for $200. Someone came and picked it up today and brought it home. So that was a nice Facebook Marketplace sale to kind of bring us back on the positive here. So we're at $128.30 to start our new year off. I get paid out weekly on my eBay payouts, and I have everything as of right now. I'll probably switch over to a credit card soon just to get the points, but I do have everything come out of my eBay payouts as far as shipping goes. So everything should be pretty much right on the money. When I do switch it over to a credit card, I'll factor in paying off that credit card each week as well. But excited to kind of go on this journey, bring you guys along. If you want to kind of see how this goes for me, feel free to subscribe, follow. All that greatly helps me out. I'm super excited to go into this year, but let me show you guys everything that my wife and I picked up at the bins. Our first bins trip ever. Definitely not the best stuff in the world, but we did get lucky with some grails and some good bread and butter items, as well as looking to possibly get into Whatnot at some point this year too. So I actually started buying for Whatnot things I think that would be great on Whatnot, and I'm going to put those in a bin and kind of just get some inventory for that. So if I do start it, I'm not scrambling trying to find inventory while I go into that. I love to have, like, let's say 200 to 400 good Whatnot items already. That way I can do a couple shows. I know a lot won't sell in the beginning, but have a good variety of stuff for people. And then as I start to continue to source, then move on as I build an audience and things hopefully start to get going on Whatnot. So let me bring you guys out to the garage and show you everything that we picked up. All right, guys, so we're in the garage. Go over what we found in the bins. So we have two bins. We have the Goodwill bins and we have the Salvation Army bins. Both are fairly new to my area, in the Rhode Island area. The Salvation Army one's been open for quite some time. I think like 2, maybe 3 years now. Goodwill bins, I think it's been about a year. So maybe a little longer. I don't know. But I've never been to the Goodwill one. I've been to the Salvation Army one once before. It was okay. It's about a 45-minute drive for me. So I've been kind of choosy on that, but there are some thrift stores that I like in that area, so I'm going to try to make it more of a routine and more of a habit. I know it's not going to go well. There's going to be some real duds in this, and I'm going to show those ones off first, and then there's going to be the great. So we have one item that should pay for everything. So show you guys everything that we picked up and kind of my thought process on it. So we'll start off with the good, the bad, and the ugly. We'll start with the ugly. So got a pair of Air Force Ones. These are size 14. Pretty excited about them, but they're just like really rough. So I was like, oh, I can clean that up. One of these shoes, this one has like wear that I don't think you're cleaning off. Plus it has wear to the heel. And in this condition, maybe you're getting $19. Maybe you're getting, probably maybe even less. There's some heel drag on it. So we kind of picked them up. I gave it a quick look over and was like, oh, it's not too bad. I can clean them up and make $25 was my goal. I think I'm closer to like the $14, $12 area. They're heavy. We probably paid like $5, $6 for these. I'm tossing them. We're just not going to deal with them. That was louder than I thought it would be. Second thing that we did, super excited. Winnie the Pooh. We got a nice stocking. I know we just passed the season. No rips, no huge flaws. So I was really excited about it and started to look at it, go list it. I noticed that there's some damage there, you know, a little bit more than I thought. But I was like, oh, no big deal. But then looking at Santa's hat, it's Amanda's. So unless I can sell to someone that likes Winnie the Pooh, it has their stockings as Disney themed and is named Amanda and does not mind pre-owned, slightly damaged stockings. This one's going to be a little bit harder to sell. I am going to keep this. I will list this. I'll put this up. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I would think that this goes for like, I haven't looked it up because it was damaged. I would think maybe it goes for $15 to $20. But in the conditions maybe I can get 7 to 10. Who knows? I bought a pair of original jeans. That is the brand, Original. So I didn't look to see what they were priced at the Salvation Army. They were priced for 99 cents and they did not sell. But I grabbed these on the sheer fact that there was a clothing bro kind of fighting me for them. So something that I didn't realize was there's seating areas in these places. And some people just sit there and wait for the bins to rotate. And that's their day, it seems like, which is cool. Obviously, it's probably a great way to make some good money. But he was kind of fighting me for it. I thought, you know, he likes the style, whatever. I gave it a quick look, couldn't find anything. But looking up the word original when it comes to jeans, there's thousands of things that pop up. So I was like, I'll take a chance. It's going to be a couple bucks. What do I care? Well, I can't find a single sold comp on a brand called Original. I could be wrong. I'm going to put these ones aside a little bit, do a tiny bit more research, but I'm fairly certain that one's a goner. All right, so next two. These are ones that I threw in. So Celtics, pretty cool, like jersey. Jaylen Brown, big player for the Celtics right now with Jason Tatum being hurt. I'm a Celtics fan, so it's like kind of my wheelhouse. And I'm a sports collector. I really like it. This thing is smoked on the front. And if you look at the stitching on the patch here, this thing is more crooked than anything I've ever seen. So it is not authentic of any sort. I didn't even look up the brand. It's just an NBA brand. I can't tell what the tag actually ever said. It's fallen off. So not a great buy. I threw this in. So Salvation Army was a little bit more of an odd one because I'm going to talk about it a little bit. I just threw stuff in and then kind of forgot to look it up. And by that time, we already did the Goodwill bins. My wife and I were a little tired. And we kind of just said, screw it, and packed up and left. So we had the good and the bad for that. That was the bad. There is one decent one, actually. So LL Bean, nice little fleece, men's fleece. I was like, oh, not bad. That's an easy sell. Bottom here is very discolored, stained. I don't think I'll be able to sell that and get anything for it. So I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but it kind of looks like bleach spots. So that one's a trash. Last thing that is a complete trash item. I got this scary skeleton. These are cool. These are kind of things that sell easily, especially during Halloween time. Picked it up. It seemed like it was fine. Looked at the battery compartment, which was sealed, but nothing, like no real discoloration, nothing crazy on it. It looked okay to me, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a whirl. But come to find out, he was just kind of hanging in there, and that this broken piece was just kind of stuck on all his clothing when I was grabbing him, because he is very much detached. My kids have made sure that he's even more detached than what he originally was. They've been having fun playing with it for some reason. They're 3 and 5. I don't know why they're enjoying that, but they are. So that's all the kind of bad that we had. Good parts, so little Nike shorts. I haven't washed these yet. They have some staining on them. We'll see if that comes out. Possibility to be listed, not listed yet. The other thing that's not listed is this Halloween mask. So 2 vintage Halloween masks. This is the first one. It's like an old man smoking a cigar. I saw people putting like Fidel Castro on masks like this. Hat's a little worn. It is on a Nissan, made in the Philippines. Cap tag there, looks a little vintage. Let's see if I can get it. So this side I've gotten to kind of round out a little bit. This side's still flattened. I've been putting on like a mannequin head, just kind of round the top and trying to get the mask a little bit more shaped. Quick little American, I think this is American Eagle. Yeah, American Eagle. Size small, but just like a little knit women's sweater. It's like a $15 bill there. My wife got these. I did not know what they were. Men's chubby shorts. So apparently a decent brand. A preppy brand. But it had good sales. Obviously not the time to pick that up, nor is this. We got a women's Chicago Bulls. This is used. So I know some used bathing suits sell well. Chicago Bulls, I thought was a good piece. Figured it was so lightweight that I'm paying less than $1 for it. I'll take the chance. I didn't look that up, but ended up not selling. It hasn't been up all that long, and we're definitely not in the season for it. But there's comps up to $20 used, so we'll see if that sells. My wife was horrified, but with me picking that up, not her cup of tea. But Walmart vest. This is the second Walmart vest. I've been to do the Salvation Army bins twice now, and both times we've gotten a Walmart vest. First one sold pretty quickly. This one should go around $20. I think I have it up for like 16, trying to move it a little bit quicker. Little Vineyard Vines polo. It's a little gray blue kind of bread and butter thing. I wouldn't pick this up for less than, or for anything more than $1, but at that dollar range, I figure why not. I've been trying to study, so I'm not a clothing person. I know nothing about clothes. I'm not very fashionable. You'll see me in a sweatshirt. I'm wearing sweatpants 90% of the time, maybe a pair of jeans. If I'm not wearing golf attire, that's really the only like fashionable thing I would say I have. So I'm not good at this stuff, but I've been trying to watch a few people that are clothing resellers. Y2K Gothic is in. So these are Hot Topic pants. They have like a little pocket on the side. I think I listed these for like $30 maybe. Little buckles on the back. I don't know what kind of cut it is. Size 38, 32. So I think that I put that up for $30. And you know, into that for maybe $3-4. Another thing I've been watching is not with these, but this is Aeropostale wide leg jeans. So jeans, then they got the big wide leg bottoms there. And I think that these have, if I'm not wrong, yeah, so whatever this, I forget what they called this, but this cut where it's like sewn, it's supposed to be usually for better quality stuff. I don't know. I'm just trying to learn a little bit. We'll see if these sell. It's kind of more of a project. See if that if that works for me. Snoopy, little Snoopy Easter egg guy. Figure we're coming to that season. Kind of a good time to pick up some Easter stuff. Snoopy will sell well. Tested, working. I made like a little demo video with that. Sticking with our Snoopy theme. This sold for about $20. So these flags I usually lot together. I don't know if you're actually going to be able to see this, but Snoopy in Woodstock on top of his house says Merry Christmas on it. C comps for about $20. There is a small tear on like the, let's see, bottom where the flag like folds in on itself. If someone, it's a quick fix if someone wants to put the effort into it, but does not affect the durability or anything about the flag itself. So I sold it. I think I put mine up for like $15. Be very happy with $15. It's a little worn too, but as to be expected with a used outdoor flag. This is kind of a big bolo to look out for. So this is the first thing I picked up when I went into the Goodwill store. KD, Kevin Durant, I knew that for Nike, or at least it's the first thing I thought of. Didn't look it up, but I figured if it was Kevin Durant, probably a decent like collab. There is like a little bit of wear on the bottom. There's some like scuff marks here. But if you can find this kind of bag, especially this colorway, it seems like, in great condition. It's 60 bucks pre-owned. So there's plenty of cops being sold at 60 bucks for this bag. I'm putting mine up for 25. Some condition issues. I'm going to wash it too. I'm going to take some pictures. Now I'll go through the wash cycle. If it sells, great. If not, then it is what it is. I'll repicture it just because I have it out here now. And I'm currently doing laundry for the kids. This is kind of a little bit of a surprise. So I threw this in the bag because it just felt good. I don't know anything about purses, but I figured I need to learn it, especially if I'm going to be in the bins. It'll be something to do. This is Born Concept. So the exact comp sold for 25 bucks. It's fake leather, fox leather, faux leather, whatever it is. Faux leather, not fox, faux. So faux leather. It's got that cool print, but the insides look really clean. No wear on the bottom, anything like that. So figured it was a good pickup. Meant to check it, meant to cop it before I left. I did not, forgot about it, and then it was worth the pickup. I don't know the sell-through rate, but I'm gonna list that, or that's already up. It's got a little transformer, 90s transformer. This guy sells really well. He comes with it. I forget what his name is, but he's like a stereo system with a mixtape. Maybe I'll try to put up the listing up here. He has a weapon, a gun, and a mixtape. If you have the complete thing, it's like 35 bucks. I put mine up for, I think, $7, $8, $9 plus shipping. Got another vintage transformer. This guy is beat. He is broken. But I know that transformer parts can sell. So new or in good condition, I think this is going for like 30, 40 bucks as well. I have mine up for, I think, 10. Figuring people can use like the legs, the head, stuff like that break off and put their pieces together, or a transformer person can put it together. This I thought was cool. I might use this. Just kind of like a golf head cover, vintage Wilson. I paid obviously pennies for it because it's by the weight. Meant for Universal, I think, driver, whatever. So I'll have that in my collection. If it sells, great. If not, I'll probably use it a little bit. All right, next up from the movie Moana, we got this, I forgot the crowd's name, but sings the music Shiny. He does play music and opens. It's a little jewelry case. It's supposed to come with a ring that he holds right here. No ring, obviously. That one actually surprised me. So it sells for like 20 bucks. Another vintage mask, or another mask. So made to look like an old lady. Hair is pretty good. Like, it's a decent looking mask overall. I couldn't find anything on this tag. I didn't know what brand it was. Tried looking up some of the key names that are on this tag, but didn't have any luck finding this exact mask. Some oldie masks usually go for like 15 bucks. So I listed mine for 15. Longaberger. I've never had any Longaberger. I've never found Longaberger. I know I've seen it all the time on videos, people talking about it, but this is my first Longaberger piece. Little purse. So got the bamboo handles. The inside is fairly clean. There's a couple like pen stains or something like that, little like striations from a pen going in there. But all in all, the rest of it is clean. Just a little bit of ink on it. This is my wheelhouse. So Mizuno glove here, probably a $20 bill, but really clean condition. No marks, no nothing really on it. Barely looks used, to be honest. So broken in decently. It's not like a weird break-in or anything like that. We have little Costa Del Mar glass case. I have a pair of Costas, so I would use this if it doesn't sell. I think it will sell pretty quickly. Usually glass case I'll put up. I don't mind. Quick list, quick ship. Gives me a free listing and very easy to ship. Every year I get a new pair of Oakley glasses. I sell my case instantly. So usually something I do to get rid of things. And our big and heavy hitter, we got Pikachu. So this is from the Tommy brand. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this because it's a very small tag here, but Tommy, this is life size. So we looked it up. Pikachu is about 15 inches tall. This plush is 15 inches tall. So he is considered life size. There are plenty of comps to support $120 value on him, up to $130 it looks like. I think what we put ours for like $120, $115, and sending out like 5% offers on anyone that's watching it. I have a ton of eyeballs on it so far, and it's only been a couple days. So if he sells, everything we picked up is completely free, and we'll pay for this whole haul. The last thing we have, and I'm going to show you guys this stuff super quick because this is stuff I'm doing for my own project of eventually I want to do whatnot. So I have some totes that I'm going to throw this stuff in. I'm not going to spend much time showing you this, but these are what I'm going to consider whatnot things. So a little tiny plush Nemo. We've got this little mushroom bag, kids knit hat. That's pretty cute little toddler hat. We got a Super Mario wallet, a little tiny Jurassic Park dyno. Got 2 Barbie pieces, so balance beam and then like a little luggage cart, luggage rack. It's a little Thomas the Train Engines. I actually have a listing of these up, so I might throw that in that listing. We got a little troll doll. Picked up another one of the big pastel flags. We got Halloween print on it. So, and then last thing we picked up, or last 2 things, I picked this up because I do have a Wii that doesn't have a power cord, so now I have a power cord. Just need to get the other couple pieces, and we got this Ninja Turtle on a skateboard. If you have the set, it's like 20 bucks, $5 individually, so not worth it. But these are the kind of cool things that I think would do well on Whatnot. I'm trying to get some things going, and obviously, if I do Whatnot, I also do want to put some of the bigger things, like that Pikachu I have no problem putting up, especially when I'm beginning. I want to get some eyeballs there. I would definitely start it with what I would consider to be a reserve. So I'd probably start at 30 bucks, knowing that unless I get some people that bid it up, I probably wouldn't have many people in my auction, so it probably wouldn't be a big sale. But even if it sells for 30 bucks and I get 1, maybe 2 people to follow me with bigger items as I go throughout and try to start a Whatnot, that would definitely be the goal. I'm going to put stuff aside. I think when I get up to like 5 decent totes, quality totes of like stuff that I consider to be like low end, you know, easy pickups from the bins, I'm going to do that, mix in some of my good stuff, so that hopefully I can get a good show and get some people following me along. I think that's going to be like a summer start, especially since the yard sale season, there'll be more coming that way. I just want to make sure that I can do some bins and I can get decent stuff every time I go. My storage units, I want to make sure I can pull stuff from that. Now that I have my trailer, I'm looking to really get that more going. It has been difficult. There haven't been a ton of great storage units. It's actually been kind of discouraging, to be quite honest. I bought a trailer for like $4,500, hoping to really get going with the storage units, and the storage units have been pretty brutal, or have been selling for a ton of money, but you know, it might be worth the risk, or they're just getting paid for, which is good for the buyer. I mean, obviously I don't want to take people's stuff and sell it off if it's not necessary, but you know, it's a part of what happens, is part of how they do it. So it's either they're gonna throw it away or they're gonna sell it off. And I always do bring back anything personal, especially kid related. I always make sure I get that stuff back. So yeah, so I want to make sure that I have a better supply for a Whatnot, because I know the biggest problem with Whatnot is making sure you have good stuff that you can get there and build an audience with. So I want to make sure that that's possible. I don't want to start a show, you know, get 3 good shows in and then all of a sudden fizzle out because I don't have the stuff. So I want to make sure that I get that going, but that's going to be a goal for beginning of summer. I'm going to say May is going to be my first show that I want to run and really see how we can do there. But had a lot of fun at the bins. I know I had some misses. I'm excited to really get it going and move on. But let me know what you guys think. If you can comment, subscribe, like, all that stuff really helps me out. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.